Okay, so today I have a low D Burke aluminum Viper whistle. And I've been interested in trying one of these for a long time. Um, but I've been sort of watching to see if one would come up used, and I finally saw one on eBay at a good price. And I went ahead and jumped on it, and then I sold my Onyx right after that. So it was kind of an even trade, which was nice when that happens. Um, and so my history with Burke, I haven't, I'd never tried one until last year, and I saw a low F come up for sale, and F is my favorite key, and so I watched it kind of sit on the used board for a while, and I finally made an offer, and the guy accepted, and I wasn't that interested in the whistle, and when it came, it was really nice. It played really well, and the tones that heard on YouTube for the low F, the handful of videos that I'd seen on it, they didn't. To me, they kind of missed the. It didn't. They didn't capture the character of the tone. It's got this resonance. It's got a big bottom end, and it has a resonance to it. It's a purity that makes it resonates in a really nice way, which almost gives it complexity in its purity, if that makes sense. It's a pure tone, but it's a sparkly resonant tone, and so I got a high D, a high C, two high Cs. I sold one of them, and then I got two A whistles, a brass and an aluminum, and I don't none of my whistles. I like the brass high wide bore D. I like the C. I like the A's, but none of them had that like strong resonant tone that the F did, and so I didn't like them as much, and so when I got this one, I wasn't really sure which kind of Burke I was gonna get, and I'm happy to say this plays a lot like the F, so it's got a lot of resonance to it that I appreciate. So I'll play this one, and this one's made in 2006. I feel like there was like a height at which Burke made a lot of whistles, and it seems to see a lot of like 2005, 2006, 2007, uh, maybe 2009. I think my low F might be 2009, but anyway, so here's how it sounds. You can hear how strong that bottom note is. The E is not as strong. I think I commented on the F. The one thing that I kind of have trouble with is because of how nice that sounds when you lean into it. I have a tendency to want to just really give it a lot of air and get it right up to the edge where it's the most buzzy, but it's right on the edge of breaking. So sometimes I have a tendency to overblow it because I'm just like, it sounds so nice. just a nice, rich tone to this. So the other reason that I kind of have always had my eye on a Viper Low D is because I've always felt that there's sort of this three whistles when I think of like top quality low D whistles. I always think Goldie, MK, and Burke, and each one is different, and they all play very differently. But I always think of those as the big three that people tend to recommend, and I have an MK Pro, and I have a Goldie, and so I've always wanted to get them together and see how they sound, to do a comparison. I like doing comparisons. So here is an MK Pro. So one of the things that really impresses me about the Burke is that it's got such a strong low end, but it also has a really nice high end. It's very well balanced. My MK, I have to, and this was true in the first MK I bought a green one, and I ended up sending it back. But up here, it's a little bit harder to get into the third octave. Both MKs I've had have had a tendency to favor a little bit more the bottom end. So they have a nice bottom end, but when you're getting up here, you have to be careful not to cover this hole when you're on the top end B, or it tends to try to drop down. But I've always liked the robust tone of it, and they're very nimble whistles. So, and then this, of course, is the Goldie. So another very solid end. This is a medium blower. Solid low end on this.
Can I make popcorn?
I'll make you some in a second.
Can I make it myself?
Yes, 2 minutes for the regular size bag.
I just do the
Don't do
popcorn.
Don't do that. That was out of Burke last time.
No, that was because I did 4 minutes. I did 4 minutes.
Okay.
Like.
It should be 2 minutes, and that should be all you need.
I know.
And you can hear some of that resonance in the Goldie too.
And you might be able to hear the microwave. You might be able to hear the microwave
Yes,
going in the background.
The warm resonance of the microwave.
You can hear the microwave in the background.
It's almost effortless to play up there, up in the second octave. A little bit more rounded, I think, on the bottom. The other whistle that I find interesting is here's the Goldfinch, and you can see here's the Burke. You can see they certainly have a similarity in design, and I noticed this on the F as well. And these actually have some similarity in how they play. So the Burke is louder. A little bit more back pressure on the Goldfinch. And the Burke likes the 3 fingers. This one I think is better with 2. I like the rich, silky, velvety smoothness. Not quite as balanced, I think. Okay. So I think all of these have a tendency to cloud over just a little bit, tone-wise. And they all sound better when they're, not clouded. This one doesn't cloud over almost ever. The Goldfinches have actually been really good about moisture management. Like all these are aluminum, and they tend to get cold, and they're susceptible to the moisture. The only one I've had, the low F Goldfinch, is a little bit at the very top. Every once in a while it gets a little bit rough, and I can blow out the moisture or suck out the moisture if I need to, and it goes away, so I know it's moisture related. So that's one of the things I like about the Goldfinch whistles, as well as they're very consistent. At least most of the keys that I've played have been very consistent as far as moisture goes, whereas I feel like I'm battling it with the Burke and the Goldie. To a lesser extent, the MK. The MK has, I feel like, a wider windway, and it's which is another reason I have a tendency to, it tends to be my go-to whistle, at least in sessions, and it's louder than the Goldfinch. Still a very nice whistle to play. So there you go. I hope you found that interesting and informative. So.